The governor, upon my request to start an investigation Wednesday morning, within hours, the governor had called for an internal investigation to all the agencies. And then yet by yesterday, they had pretty much pinned down where the information was coming from. So the state took immediate action, and they got to work right away on it. Now, on the other side, from the anti-immigrant groups, the Utah Coalition against Legal Immigration, they're the ones that have created this this situation, and I can almost be sure, in just listening to one of their spokesperson yesterday, they say that they justify this type of list being provided to the whole world, and that they would. And Mr. Eli Kale said, "Hey, if I had this list, I would make sure that that he would be providing that information to the rest of the world." And so that to me is dangerous. To make an exception on a certain group of people and to basically racially profile. They don't have any other names on this. I mean, yes, most of the undocumented immigrants in our community, in our state, or throughout the country are Latinos. But what about the 35% or so who are non-Latinos, Asians, from Africa, from Europe, from the rest of the world? And so they have really targeted our community in this effort. So.
Yeah, I want to get back to this issue that this was provided, this list was provided to federal officials about 3 months ago, because obviously the people who, especially in divulging health information, private health information of individuals, are potentially violating federal laws. What is your sense in terms of how the federal government has been dealing with this issue in your state? Because clearly the Obama administration, rather than utilizing workplace raids to begin to find and deport undocumented people in the country, has been resorting more to getting this kind of data information and asking employers to, in essence, fire workers and get rid of folks who don't have proper documentation in the country. Your sense of how the federal government reacted in the last 3 months to this information that came to them?
Well, what we know is that the ICE offices, they've been very active rounding up gang members, criminals, the elements in our community. Last year, the state of Utah passed a law that went into implementation called SB 81, which now anyone that goes to a jail, or for whatever reason you get to a jail, now they will check your immigration status on that. And so as a result of that, I mean, several thousand people have been deported for minor crimes that they may ended up in jails. And so we know that the effort all the way from Washington to the state has been rounding up criminals. Now, also, there's also been this silent raids, what they call it, in that as E-Verify becomes more accepted by companies, then they're letting their people go, or they're firing people because they're not eligible to work. And so that has created our communities, many of our families are also been pretty squeezed up in our system. So.
Tony Apias, we want to thank you very much for being with us, Director of Proyecto Latino de Utah, the Latino Project of Utah. He's the former director of the Utah Office of Hispanic Affairs. We will continue to follow this story. This is Democracy Now! Back in a minute.